says motocross. Are you ready for the 30 plus 2 podcast with Gravy and Gate Drop? Let's go!
Ah!
Yo, we made
Oh, yeah. Fudge.
it.
It's 6:32. Yeah, we were starting off like the 250 beginner class here where everything was set up and then I was stuck like this.
And then there was nothing there for a minute too.
And then I was a black screen. And that's how we start the 30 plus 2 podcast on a Tuesday edition. Once again here for the summer. I'm your host, Stephen Christoph, Gate Drop Productions. We have Grayson. I always want to say Robinson, but there is no N.
There is no N.
Robison?
Robison.
Robison. I've never asked in like 10 plus years.
That's the fun one.
AKA Gravy. Yeah, we are in episode 19. We're starting off a little whiskey throttle here. I'm a little flustered, as you can tell. But tonight we have Lexi Weihe on. She is one of Northwest women's racers here in the Pacific Northwest. I happen to sponsor her, and she's pretty freaking rad. She trains with Destry Abbott. Have you ever heard of that guy, Grayson?
I have. I've actually been a little bit of a fan of him for a while with that cross country stuff.
Yeah, so
he's a bad dude.
She's got a sponsor with one of the baddest off-road dudes ever, as well as a whole bunch of list of other sponsors. And she will be jumping on here about 6:45. Talk about all what's been going on in her racing so far in the 2024 season. I asked her to come on because she's one of the most outgoing women riders out there in our sport right now, and definitely a fun person to talk to and cheer on. So she'll be on, talk about off-road stuff, motocross stuff, anything else. We have some new segments, Gravy's instant questions for both myself and our guest, and I also made this really cool intro that I'll throw on there for our guest coming forward. But
I'm excited.
Now, I've kind of whiskey throttled out of the first turn now. How's your weekend been?
Good. Actually, really good. Was able to make it out to the track this weekend, so that was a lot of fun. Had to make it down to Albany for the memorial races.
Yeah. Looked like you guys had a decent crowd.
Yeah.
I was being bombarded by people to go down there and do my media stuff, but I had Rusty and Bailey Tucker's wedding on Saturday, and I just wanted to take a break on Sunday. So that's what I did instead. I did announce Moto Pacific on Friday. You're gonna have to like make that 5 for you. 5-6
yeah, that's probably about 5.5 hours from here. Yeah, from where
you gotta come see me come announce because you know it's all about me, right?
Maybe I'll have to come meet up with you at your place, and we can hitchhike there together.
I do need a film crew for myself, so yeah, if you want to jump in on that, yeah, a whole bunch of stuff going on. It's looking like it's turning around for Wednesday practice tomorrow. Thursday night motocross, supposed to be 80 degrees, so hopefully
we're finally getting there. We're at the very beginning of summer, it seems like already.
Well, I'm hoping my fat self will be able to like lose some weight on Thursday with it being
sweated out.
So yeah, jumping in, we got 10 minutes of banter here. Sorry, I'm so quick. I need to chill out a little.
Slow it down.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Yeah. Besides, we didn't even elaborate. How was the Bob and Linda's 4th annual memorial race? And then I guess you guys added when we originated the wow.
Whoa.
Hitting me really hard right now. Dixon pit bike race. We started that as part of my demo run of the Gate Drop series you guys have taken over and moved it into Bob and Linda Memorial stuff. Looked like you guys had a ton of fun. Take us through a little bit of that. Yeah. I tried to upload footage, but file size was just a teeny too big.
Little too big. No, it was actually overall Saturday was a great day. Not the biggest turnout in the world, but it was a solid turnout. We had 14 motos on the day. But yeah, no, we had some good battles in all the classes. Grayson Hart showed up and pretty much, I think he won every single class, if I remember right, that he did. Evan Terlecki came out on his 125. He put put it to a bunch of guys on them 4 strokes out there, and then unfortunately had to leave for an injury. I don't know if he's announced that or anything at all, but he's I don't want to give away too much, but yeah, he had an unfortunate thing, but he ended up still winning his class that he got hurt in. So that's pretty cool. Such a badass to do that. Parker Wilson out there winning the 85 and super mini class. We had a pretty good weekend or at least on Saturday. Sunday, the rain kind of came down. I didn't go out. Looked like it, they still had an okay turnout. I drove by actually that afternoon, and there were still, a few people out there making it out in the mud. There's still a few people who love that, but no, it was a good turnout for the Bob and Linda. And then Saturday night, nobody kind of really knew what was going on, but it also kind of made it just as fun with the Kano Dixon pit bike race, which turned out to be really good. We not quite as big as we would hope this year, but I think, next year it's going to be a little bit better. We kind of got thrown into it a little bit. Not saying me, but the guys that ran it, was it Brad with JBP? He kind of was thrown into it last minute, and for what, we got, I thought it, we did pretty well. He did pretty well for the turnout for how short notice he had going into this race. So, but yeah, no, we had some good battles and some good money on the line on that one too.
Yeah, and that's not any digs or anything. Not at all. I would love, this will kind of be my rant later in the show when it comes to scheduling and whatnot. I want to try to be able to make it back because I've been to the Bob and Linda Memorial Race, like the opening one, and then stuff has been conflicting. So I'm going to try my best to work on stuff because I also want to use my marketing talents on getting even more butts and seats and riders on gates. So we'll see how it goes from there. The layout looks pretty fun.
Yeah.
I won't talk about what's on my mind. Yeah, it's already clear.
It was nice to have something different for the first time in a while, completely different than normal.
Yeah, it's looking pretty jumpy at Albany lately. Thank God I retired because my 2 wheels are going to be staying on the ground. But yeah, it looks like a lot of changes are going on.
Yeah.
And did not look like the whoop section was 6 feet tall. Luckily,
no.
So
it was way more of a double section than anything, or doubles or triples. There was a couple skimmers, but it was more of a rhythm section now, and it's a little bit safer than it's been in a while too.
I like that because it gives variety, and especially for all sizes and whatnot, and then including our pit bike racing, it gives that makes a fun section. Like who's gonna send the doubles or not?
Well, we had Grayson Hart was out there sending the doubles in the pit bike class, so that was pretty crazy.
Yeah. Let me see if I can even upload anything here.
Add in a couple clips.
Well, I was trying to, and then it was being old, not so happy with me when I was trying to upload.
Yeah. Files might have been a little big.
Yeah, it was being not so cool. So I tried, but it wasn't wanting to upload. I don't know where I put them, so whatever.
Well, if anybody wants, they can go over to my Instagram page. I have a nice little highlight of Saturday with a pit bike racing and the Bob and Linda Memorial races. So if you want to check it out, go there. Got a nice reel posted of everybody. Tag your friends if you see them and whatnot.
Yeah, we'll do that. If you want to see stuff, you got to go over to Gravy.
You got to get the views. Got to get them views.
Yeah. Quick question from Wyatt Teal. How do I get sponsored by you? First off, I need to know who you are. So that's for the first thing. No offense, Wyatt. But yeah, once I get to know each rider and families and whatnot, that's when I open up my sponsorships. And that's also in December. So a good way to get more on that sponsor side is also to support me and sign up for media. So that way it's a two-way street. I can get you Epic Media and then also your building a sponsorship resume for the future, because you never know. Just like certain riders, the heck.
I was like, wait, something's behind me.
I was like, who did this? So that will be kind of how it goes. And just like, Cohen Geiger, he now has a JMC starter pack sponsorship by being part with me. And just doing a whole bunch of publicity and getting to know each other. And then, if you're a good rider, I don't look for fast or slow. I look for great attitude and great sportsmanship and all that kind of stuff. All right, we got off track there for a moment.
Yep,
I wanted to answer that question real quick for Wyatt. He says he won $250. So nice. That must have been during the pit bike race or whatever else. I saw Blazer won the raffle of that little Kawasaki Strider looking thing.
Yeah.
So I want to see Bridget Blazer ride that thing. That would be really funny.
No, I think it's pretty cool. Those little bikes are cool.
I'm sure he's got a little brother or someone that he likes to support and whatnot. So we have our guest backstage now. I have a guest segment, so I'll throw that on there. We have Lexi Weihe on there. I should have had you guess how to pronounce her last name, because every announcer, including myself, has gotten it wrong at some point. So here comes our guest, Lexi Weihe. All right. Kind of MXGP vibe there, Grayson, right?
That was.
We got
EDC music.
Yeah, I was going really quick. I'm like, I don't know how to make these fast segments on music and whatnot. I'm used to minute 30 reels and sitting here forever. But Lexi, what'd you think of that?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I might change up the audio here or there. Is that way about like welcome to the 30+2 podcast with Grayson and myself. We're on a Tuesday night. Thanks for jumping on here with us. And I wanted to get more Northwest riders on here. We've had Evan Terlecki on, we've had Moto Dad AJ Brolette, and then Claire Brown. And now we have another MX women's rider, Lexi Weihe, on here. How has your weekend been going? And I don't know, Tuesday.
It's been pretty good. Just a lot of school and getting ready to ride this weekend.
Yeah, where are you ending up going this weekend? I know they have Norks, and I asked you earlier, and you actually were saying, we're going somewhere else. So what is it? What are we doing?
This weekend, Friday night, I'll be at Moto Pacific again. And then I'm going to my cabin to ride in Cleellum, all the trails up there.
Oh, nice. So is that you and your pops doing riding together, or do you have a whole list of riders going with you?
We have a couple of friends coming up all the time, but I think this weekend it's just going to be me and my dad.
Nice. Father-daughter moment.
Yes.
So jumping in kind of rapid fire questions and whatnot. For those that don't know you, where are you based out of? Hometown, kind of regular racing area? I know you travel all over the place.
Yes, I am based out of Maple Valley, kind of near Moto Pacific. I'm 15 minutes away.
Nice.
I go to Moto Pacific all the time, and the closest tracks are Horn, but that's 3 hours. Riverdale, that's 2 hours.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of traveling, but it's worth it.
Yeah, I can relate on traveling since, for Moto Pacific, that's a 4-hour journey there and back. So 8 hours round trip. How do you get in the motorcycle racing? And Grayson, feel free to cut me off at any point.
You're good. You're good.
How'd you get in the dirt bike racing?
My dad was really big into it before he had kids, and then I started riding, seeing my dad riding here and there, and I started racing a little bit. My dad kind of stopped because he started having kids, and then one race, my dad was trying to tell me how to do something, and I told him, "Do you even know what you're doing?" And ever since then, he's been racing with me, and we've been doing all the races together.
Nice. Was there any other sports that you were involved in, or was it just strictly moto from your dad?
Before COVID, I was soccer, basketball, volleyball, softball, anything I could ever do. And during COVID, I was like, I don't want to go outside and dribble a soccer ball or kick it and play basketball. And so I wanted to try for Loretta's. And so during COVID, that's all I did. I have a little track outside for pit bikes, and I rode it all the time, made jumps that my sister would fall on, and I'd get in trouble for having them dangerous. And
that's crazy.
You're jack of all trades, Grayson.
That's awesome.
I think she's just like 3-4 up us because we only
right.
So
yeah, I got at least 2, but yeah, she's definitely upping us on that. I got nothing.
I'll just stick with the camp work at this point.
I had one though too. Steven was saying earlier that you've been working with Destry Abbott and stuff.
Yes.
So
Destry, I went to Utah for a ride down there in Park City with Ken Fott, and there's a whole bunch of big guys like Guy Cooper and Destry, and I really had a connection with Destry there. I had so much fun meeting him, and then in February I got to go train with him for a week at his house, and it was so cool, and I want to go back really soon.
That's super cool.
Was that like an organic connection, or like, do your dad have any kind of connections with Destry? Like, how did that all become a part, like tagging on Grayson's question here? Or did he just like see you just shred on dirt bike? It's like, hey, you should come work with me.
Well, my dad did the Baja 1000, and the group that he did it with, they got invited to do this TV thing, this ride in Utah, and then they were like, oh, your daughter, like, she should come too. And so then I went, and then I got to meet all the connections, and it was so much fun.
Wow. So
that's super cool.
Let's rewind a little bit, because we just unpacked some information you didn't even know about Baja 1000. I mean, how long has your dad been in this moto thing? And
a long time. He started riding when he was a teenager and never stopped.
Wow. Trophies, anything that I need to go do some deep dives on AMA websites, like find his name somewhere?
Yeah, he did a couple pro classes. I don't know exactly, but he was pretty fast.
Sweet.
Yeah. A lot more off-road though.
Yeah, so with that connection, is that kind of how you got into the off-road stuff, or how do you do the off-road side and the moto side? Like, what do you love most about each like category? Because they are kind of different, besides like, you know, just the dirt bike part.
I like moto, that like I like going fast and always being fast and in the air and stuff. But I like doing off-road, like if me and my dad go on a ride together, or I have friends, like I love being out there and doing that more of like friend-based and stuff. But I don't like being alone on trails, and I like having groups. And moto, it's just, I don't know. I've always had a passion for moto besides off-road.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be kind of scary at times doing trails all by yourself, because you never know when something's going to like jump out on you and might tuck the front or something going on there. What has been 2024 season been like? I know you've dabbled in off-road, Norks, all that kind of stuff. How's opening horn gone, especially with you and Claire Brown and a couple other your lady riders? That looked like quite a dust storm.
Yes, it was really dusty. Having last year I moved up to AA, and being it on Sunday, the track was so rough, and it was like breaking bumps the whole entire way. There was no smooth spots. Like, well, we want to do the PRO series this year, and they decided that all of them were going to be on the weekends. So we picked PRO over all the rest of them. Apparently the rest of them were very, very dusty and beat up.
Those races can get pretty crazy, but so much fun, I bet. Is there any like big crazy race you want to do? Like Carson Brown is overdoing Eresburg right now. Is there anything on your mind that you'd like to try to accomplish, you know, at some point in your riding career?
I think Gatorback would be a lot of fun to go and do. But in July, I'm going to Ohio for VMD, the Vintage Motocross Nationals.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's super cool.
That'll be cool.
Any vintage bikes you have lined up that you get a shred on?
Yes, I have a 125. And, well, my dad's friend, he lives in Georgia, and he's letting me ride a couple of his bikes. And so I'm super excited to go down there.
We might have another... We might have a lady version of Carson Brown. So,
nice.
we'll have to have a tee off between you and Claire, because I know she gets the opportunity to ride all a variety of bikes. So Maybe we'll have like a
1v1
segment.
1v1 at the showdown in September.
Yeah, hopefully you can make it down to the Gate Drop
I
Showdown
will be there.
2.0.
Nice.
Yeah, there's money on the line, and I know you can be in that top 3 because you're definitely a front runner. Any riders that, and this kind of sounds like, I don't know how I can pitch this question. Like any riders, like especially in your classes, you enjoy like competing with and are trying to beat?
During the PRO series, Chandler, Milhorn, and Grayson, those are my biggest battles. Like I go back and forth with them all the time, and it's so much fun. Like having the connection that no matter who wins, we always are friends and have fun after. And Chandler, I met her, like that's the always girl I always wanted to beat her. She's always the one that's like, oh, I gotta get her. And it's just so much fun. Like if she beats me, it's just as fun as me beating her, or the other way around. And Grayson, I just met her in the PRO at the beginning at Horn. I had no clue who she was, and Chandler's like, she's really fast. You gotta go for it. And ever since then, I've loved talking to her and wanting to train with her more, because she was definitely one to push me to where I need to be.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I always try to say the word, Grayson. You help me out. Camaraderie. Did I say it right?
Camaraderie. You got that. You're close.
You're
close.
Have with each other. Yeah, Lauren. I bet she's boxing right now at a boxing class. I'm sure she's like just punched extra hard listening to like, that's not how you say it. But yeah, I like how especially you're very outgoing and super fun to be at the track. Like, just it's really cool how you, especially the women's class, like you don't have too much like glaring heat towards each other. You're all trying to do your best, and you're all high-fiving at the end. I know certain classes can get a little intense, as like last Friday between Zach Stoltz and the Backy. Did you happen to catch any of the bar banging there? Grayson, you missed some bam bam stuff.
Oh yeah, that you can't get away from it though.
I was calling the action, and Backy in the number 1 Yamaha came into the corner after the starting stretch and teed up Stoltz off the track and knocked Stoltz off the track. And then the next coming moto I'm announcing, I kind of sidestepped out of the way because Zach like teed him back up right in front of the finish line section, and Backy like cut across like Josh Hansen and was like trying to slow each other up. And Mayberry's like, I want none of this, and rode around. So definitely some epic battles, but I haven't seen any women go into the bar banging segments quite yet.
We're pretty good at keeping it calm.
For the most part. Maybe you got to throw in some like more money on the line for the September. Right. That way, last corner just like goes up, and Gallagher's right there, and Lexi's like, "No way, Jaylee."
The first one at Horn for PRO, me and Grayson almost took each other out at the finish line. We're right there together, and we didn't know who won because someone just had like a tiny bit on each other. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Cool. Jumping in to your Loretta's experience, let's rewind a little bit. Take us through what it's like being a women's rider and like putting in all the work, and then your experience at Loretta's. How did that go?
It was, when I first wanted to do it, there was nobody who was like, oh yeah, she'll make it. Like, it was definitely something I would never thought I would make it, but it is the coolest experience in the world. The track is rough and not one that I would want to go ride every single day, but it is so much fun. Like the experience of seeing everyone there and going in the river when you're not on their motos and watching all the cool fast guys before they turn pro is so cool to see. But also like traveling, like I went to Washougal my first year and I didn't make it there. So then I went to Fox Raceways, and seeing all the different girls there and all the really fast riders was so much fun. And this year last year I made it from Washougal, and my dad didn't make it. So we wanted to do a daughter-dad race. So we went to Hangtown, and he made it there. And some of the girls I had never seen the women's class there. They were so fast.
Yeah.
Yes.
They are. They're getting faster no matter where you go.
Dude, I can't keep up with them.
No.
And it's crazy to like race in the PNW where you just have like the same girls, and then you get out there and you're like, holy cow, it's a whole different level.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
But yeah, so do you have any like? How long have you been riding for? Do you have any like advice for a girl or that wants to get into racing? Like, what advice would you give somebody who'd be like scared or new to it?
Just
That
don't
ties in
ever
with
give
Ashley.
up with like all the boys saying like different things like you're never gonna make
Mhm.
it. Well, you're just a girl. Like never give up and have as much fun with it because it's more fun than anything. You don't want to push yourself to make it not fun and like a job. It's
Mhm.
supposed to be there for fun and yeah.
Right. Nice.
Any riders that you like look up towards when it comes to like either pro motocross, amateurs, Vicky Golden with her freestyle now, or any of that? Like, is there anyone that like you're like, I want to be just like that rider, or
Well,
what
growing
gets you
up
going?
when I was like little, I'd always like look up to Olivia Pugh. She's one of the fast off-road riders. And I was
Okay,
like, I always want to be with her. I would always talk to her at the races, and she's just like the one girl I'd always want to go talk to.
nice.
And then now, like seeing Taylor Allred and Lala Turner, they're all so fast, and that's what always like, oh, I want to be like just like them, or I want to be pushed so I can be running with their pace.
Nice.
That's so crazy. Like I'm a little outside the GNCC world. I used to know pretty well when I was younger, but it's so cool to hear more and more girls' names pop up. That are
Yeah.
just ripping it up. And because when I was really into it, there really wasn't a very big women's class, but now it's just getting bigger and better every year.
Yes, there seems to be a lot more girls coming into it now than there was when I was like 3 years ago.
Yep.
I would say it'd be kind of a roller coaster effect because especially of us in the Portland area, you probably would have been on like a 50 back then, or not even riding because that's how old we are now. God, but we had like Katie Regal, Jesse Wharton, Krista Buck, Elise Priest. Who else did we have, Grayson, that you can remember?
I'm totally drawing a blank right now.
That was the Tara Geiger era, and then
Sarah
Ashley
Whitmore and
Filek,
stuff.
Sarah Whitmore, like that was kind of the whole like 08 to 2012 kind of era, and then it kind of like got a little low here and there, but then the resurgence the last couple of years of like Rusty Gates, Jaylee Gallagher, obviously yourself, Milhorn, Grayson Malich. There's a
few originals popping back up every once in a while. They went off and had have kids and started their families and everything, and now they're coming back out with their kids again. It's really cool to see too.
Yeah, they do have the women's motocross series going again. Is that something you may have interest in the future?
Yes, me and my dad were talking about going to a few of them next year because this year we're going to try to push for Loretta's again, but my first year on a 4-stroke and getting used to the whole 250 thing took a lot longer than what we thought it was because I've never been on a 4-stroke. So we decided to take 1 year off and get better on it and then push really hard next year to go.
Well, you're definitely looking comfortable on that KTM because you're getting the starts. I know you almost tucked the front at Moto Pacific. I put that in your reel. But you saved it pretty well.
Yes.
All right.
4-stroke power, though. I don't have to shift all the time.
Yeah.
And going from a Super Mini to a 250 was a really big step. But I went on that 125 for a while before I got my another Super Mini, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, well, I know once you go to a 4-stroke, especially big bikes for me, I went from 85 to 250F. I did not want to go back. All right. Any other questions, Grayson, before we get into our new segment for the segment that we created for Lexi and myself?
No, I think we pretty much covered it for now. Oh, and I've heard some talks of Albany having a women's race here coming in August, so we'll have to keep our eyes on that here soon too.
Yeah.
I would love to go to all those new tracks. I haven't been to that one yet.
Well, definitely come down to the Gate Drop Showdown 2.0. Yep. We'll talk about that a little more here. But new segment for 30 Plus 2 podcast is Gravy and Gate Drop. Let's go.
Gravy, why you flow so mean? Mr. Clean.
All right. Quick. Gravy. Instant next question.
All right. How do we want to do it? You want to go back and forth? Or do you want to answer the same questions?
You can do however you want. I put you in the
All right.
hot seat.
All right.
Rules are you have 15 seconds to answer it real quick. And if not, you are cut. So I have a timer here. I'll be honest with myself. So Grayson,
All
whoever
right.
you want to pick first on whatever questions, we have 15 questions. If you got up to 15.
Oh, I got 15. That's what I was wondering. If you want to go back and forth at 15,
you can. If you want to. If you want us to ask the same thing or whatnot,
we'll do the same thing. We'll just go with the same thing since they're quick responses.
All right, ladies first.
All right,
so
well, yeah, we'll go with
start
Lexi first. So,
all right,
number
go.
1, favorite Moto movie.
Bennett's War.
Bennett's War.
Good one. That's a good one.
Good pull. That was 8 seconds. You want me to
just
see, I get the advantage of that.
You get
so you gotta ask me a different question.
All right. So ready?
Go.
Go to energy drink.
Oh man. We're going Rockstar. 5.91.
There you go. All right, we'll go back to Lexi now. Disney or Nickelodeon?
Disney.
1.39.
All right, I'm going to save this next one. I'll jump to the next one because we all know this answer for Steven. So, Steven, dream bike that you've always wanted.
Oh, man. I already have it. I mean, it's Yamaha 250F 2021, but it's getting sold right now. That's 7.55.
All right, Lexi, favorite racer today or ever?
Jet Lawrence.
Oh, that wasn't even a second. I was like 0.67.
Didn't even have to think about it.
All right.
All right. Steven, pizza or calzone?
Oh, dude, I'm fat. Calzone. 3.26.
All right. Lexi, favorite guilty pleasure movie?
I like Supercrossed.
Supercross.
That's a good one. It's terrible, but it's good.
It is.
Oh man, definitely cleaning pools and
Ricky Carlisle
getting made fun of by like, who is this? Like, All right.
We'll go to the next one. Steven, favorite musician?
Oh man, fudge. I'm like a mixing board right now. Let's go Led Zeppelin. 6.8.
All right. Lexi, favorite social media app?
Probably Instagram.
2.33. All right, how many we got left?
We're pretty good. We got 1, 2, 3, like 4 more.
All right, 4 more.
All right, Steven, favorite non-moto sport?
Crap. I don't know. I don't really have any. Football would be like what I watch sometimes. 5.98. Sorry.
Slowing down a little bit.
Supercross. That's all I have,
Right.
I don't care about anything else. All right.
We're going to keep it going a little weird here. Lexi, if you could be any animal, what would it be?
Probably a lion.
Rawr.
I like it.
6.
All right. I got 2 more. One for Steven and 1 more for Lexi.
All right.
Steven, most embarrassing moto moment?
Oh, definitely when I ripped a hole in my shorts climbing a fence at Woodland. I just had the biggest rip, like right in the middle where you don't want to be ripped, and you only had 1 pair of shorts to finish out the day.
Kind of pulled out a McAdoo a little bit.
12.21. Thank God I did not have to. I would have been in prison.
All right. And then the last one. What is your favorite podcast and why is it 30+2?
This one is definitely the coolest, and it's because it's with the 2 coolest people.
Oh,
I like that. I like it.
What a butter up.
Favorite guest. Favorite guest so far, right there.
There you go. Favorite guest. Yep. Definitely Lexi Y. Have you watched any of our like prior ones? Did you enjoy any of the?
Me and my dad watch them all the time.
Nice.
That's awesome to hear.
What do you think about AJ? Should we grill him on the tough Moto dad questions?
I think
more.
we should.
Okay.
Well, I also heard when you're making fun of me because I bring all the views to your reels.
Oh, that too, yeah. Well, I definitely watch this. I better watch what I say. All right. Well, that's a wrap. If you have anything for us, feel free to fire away before I just like kick you off.
That's it.
All right.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I will see you back at Moto Pacific on Friday before I leave for Europe. So, yeah. See you at the gate.
Nice.
Yes.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thanks, Lexi. All right, that is Lexi Weihe on the 30+2 podcast with Gravy and Gate Drop.
You like that last one I threw in there? You know, that was gotta be smart.
I threw her backstage. I'll just kick her all the way off. Later. That was a good one. Good interview.
That was fun.
Definitely. Now I gotta dig deeper. And now she's back. Now she's coming in. She's like, you can't kick me off. Gravy, instant mixed questions. That worked out pretty well.
I like that. I like
think
the
we're
intro.
gonna have to keep that.
I appreciated the intro. That was fire.
I totally ripped off like a random. I literally typed in YouTube gravy pouring.
I like it. That was perfect. That was perfect.
And you said you wanted Young Gravy music. I know due to copyright stuff, which that will be my rant tonight. Right. You can only use a certain amount for fair use and whatnot.
What is it, like 5 seconds or something?
I stretched it to 9. I think it's like 15 seconds, but whatever.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk about Hangtown.
No. I didn't even watch it. I just watched highlights. I was at Albany all day, so I was like, you know what?
Oh yeah, you finally did work. And
I actually finally was out somewhere from. I think I got there at like 9 until 7 o'clock that day.
Luckily, you didn't make fun of my Amishness, and Lexi didn't. I'm sure she will on Friday. Or
she'll do it to your face, not over a computer.
She'll post on a story and go like, "Did you see the Amish show I was on Tuesday night?"
That was on A&E, right? Yeah.
A&E. Oh, I thought it was the History Channel.
Oh, maybe it's that. I'm not sure.
Well, let me break down a little bit recap because you didn't. Well, you watched.
I saw the highlights, so I saw the main stuff.
Dude,
so I'm pretty caught up.
I think we reached. I think Hangtown was the point of where Jet Lawrence was so bored, in my opinion. He reached the part of like, I'm smoking everyone's like rear ends. I'm just gonna send this jump on the first lap, and boy, did it backfire.
That was pretty crazy. He did not get up quickly either.
Dude, I thought the season was done.
I did too for a second, at least a few weeks.
I'm like, there goes his knee. There goes like a tib fib or whatever. Like that jarring crash. He got so lucky too, in a way, because he like went off the track. If he bounced to the right versus the left, he would have been 39 other riders like trying to weave around him.
Look at what happened to Nicoletti in Moto 2. Like,
dude, Nicoletti almost got smoked.
Great starts on the weekend again, but damn. That's unfortunate, and hope we don't really know what's wrong with him yet.
They're
still waiting.
To both podcasts since I've been, just like, just
sitting around editing all day,
mooching off, Steve Mathis and whatnot. Update was he might be out for Thursday night motocross off Thunder Valley.
I didn't know he was going to be there.
I didn't know he was going to be there either. But yeah, he likely is going to be out for Thunder Valley. So we'll see. No official news yet, but that was kind of hinted. It looked like
that
not
was
a
rough.
fun get off.
He wasn't
gentleman.
He couldn't right. The AARP card's going to have to come to use this week.
A claim was made. But yeah, jumping back into 450 class, definitely wild. And Jet was definitely not back on his pace after that.
He had to have been hurt. He had to have been, because what did he get to 24th or something like that?
He got to 24th, which for me, I know he was trying his best. I would have just packed it away because he did that whole 34-minute moto for no points.
He should have just rested
back and iced and everything for second moto.
Yeah,
but hey, give it to him. He decided to be out there for the eternity and showed a lot of young guns, including Lexi, who says favorite rider is Jet Lawrence. Like, even when you're knocked down, get back up and keep plugging away. So I give him props to that. And then, you could tell it was like 50% Jet Lawrence in second moto. Like, he could not really do much.
But, on the other hand, Chase put in a hell of a ride. Like, who is this guy now? Like, is he angry, or did they finally find that right setting for him? Because he didn't even look tired after he got off the track, like, he was on it.
inside sources say that was Eli Tomac on a number 4 KTM, but we never know. We won't know about that.
I heard it was Justin Cooper Webb.
Cooper Webb is back.
Yeah, he's back on KTM.
40 to first. That is insane. I know they were like, oh, I haven't seen anyone do that in a while. Well, I'll give you a poll, Kellen Brower and Lewis Phillips, because they're talking about like their era, our era stuff. James Stewart in 03, Budds Creek did the same thing. I don't know if you watch on the TGO where he goes
Isn't
down.
that the 125?
Yeah, 125. Yeah. He gets just completely taken off the bike on the start and then uses Brock Sellers as a berm and then makes it all the way to the top. So there's that reference. And then they said there was, I don't remember. I have to go back and watch when Hurlings came over and battled Tomac on Kawasaki. I guess he went from last place to first at Ironman on one of those motos. So, yeah.
There's been a few.
I've been a few, but yeah, I wanted to just throw that poll and be like, suck it, Kellen.
Right.
Just to mess with them.
Do your research.
Yeah, they do a great job.
Yeah, they do.
They don't even.
But no, that was
a
hell of a ride for Chase, though.
That was crazy.
You can't even point out one bad thing besides that crash that entire race.
No, he needed that though. He looked like, a beaten dog for so long.
Yep.
And just to come back like that, it also makes the 450 wow.
Whoa.
450 class interesting. Sorry. Yeah.
No, it does. The streak is broken. He is human. He can be beaten. And now it shows that, depending on how banged up he is going into next week, and is he going to get beat again? Is he lost his confidence?
I wonder if James Stewart was like, you didn't beat me, boy. You tied me, but you didn't beat me.
He was probably happy about that, but then mad that Chase won.
Seems like they were not dogging on Chase as hard.
No, not as bad.
But yeah, I think that ship has finally sailed, and they're back to coolness and whatnot.
Yeah, took a while.
250 class. I was not feeling great for Levi when I saw he posted at 13th, which originally was 16th fastest on qualifying. I was like,
still being consistent though.
He'll take that 3-3 all day. He's still in it. But yeah, when I saw the results, like I was kind of diving in and out while taking photos of Rusty and Bailey, and I'm like, ooh, qualifying.
Yeah.
I know at Hangtown, I don't believe is Levi's favorite place. So
I don't think it's anybody's favorite place.
I think he'll take that 3-3 score for third. And then helicopter, the Deegs.
The militia twist again.
Militia twist. New freestyle move coming to X Games near you. That was wild.
He bounces back so quickly though, too. Like
I think he was on his feet like a cat before he even hit the ground.
He's like your Vans. When you throw them on the ground, they always land the right side up. Like he'll flip any direction and just get back to his bike in like 3 seconds. Like he's really proven to be one of the guys to beat this year for outdoors for sure.
So is it still too early to say who's going to be the title for 250s?
I still think so. I think
now I'm kind of leaning Deegs, but Kitchen might come back and just do it. We'll see.
I think Deegan's gonna get a little too big of an ego going into some of these races, and I think he's gonna have some more incidents. I'm not saying he's gonna be definitely a title contender, but I think Kitchen's still in it. He's consistent. That's what we need right now.
And then how in our early podcasts where I'm like, Tom Vial's not winning this Supercross championship, and
wins the Supercross, wins Moto too.
I had to eat my spaghetti on that one. So yeah, Vial's still in it. I believe it is going to be just like the pros that actually go to the races say it. Like it's going to be between those three for the championship. So I see that as kind of where it goes from there.
Hymas had a good race too, starting up front there. He's finally showing speed. And you think he's going to become the number 1 250 guy? You think he's going to knock off Joe?
Point. Hymas reminds me, it's not just because he's number 48, but like rookie season Trey Kennard, where he has flashes of like
Fly gear, Honda.
Yeah, like flashes of brilliance. He's up there and he'll like get a couple, like he could get a moto win, but he's always like mixing it up in there. I'd say 2025 or 2026 will probably be more of his like breakout more year. Cause like, last year was kind of like, wow, Honda hired this kid. Like,
right.
To now it's like, all right, he's got his stuff figured out. So yeah, I would say, but between the top three there, it's gonna come down to one of those. And I'm still kind of leaning, no offense, Levi, I'm leaning Deegan a little bit more.
Wow, now he's not going to come on the show because you said that. Now you just ruined our chances, and I might as well go now too.
Wow, we just lost half our viewers real quick. So, but no, I'm sure we'll get Levi on here. I want to get Carson Brown right after this Erzberg, however you say it. Like, I've been watching some of the stuff, and I know Pastrana and McGrath did it back in 05, 06 era.
I think Pastrana's done it a couple times now.
Pastrana's done it a few times, but that looks gnarly. And Carson Brown's just a gnarly dude.
There's no amount of money that somebody could pay me to go do that, to be honest with you. Like, even if I had half the skills that like Carson Brown has, there's no amount of money to put myself through that much misery to ride up that kind of a rock hill and those quarries and stuff. Like,
dude, you have to train, you have to like fit.
No.
And I'm just going on 30 plus CD rider that, eats bagels and cream cheese. So definitely that's crazy, and we'll see what the overall results are. I'll check in. I know I see Claire on Friday, so I can get a inside update from her from Claire. So yeah,
there you go.
All right, anything else? We're in the 46th segment here. I have a few rants that I just need to just get off my chest.
Let it go.
What grinds my gears? No. All right.
That lagged.
We lag. Okay. It grinds my gears. Always that topic that people like.
Your sound's kind of off right now.
Is my sound off?
You can talk like that, it might work, but that's about it. There you go.
Okay, well, that grinds my gears that the janky podcast is not working, so whatever. But
2 minutes late, bad audio. Jesus.
We're not live on Instagram, but we're live on Facebook. So if you kick us off, whatever. I don't care. You can suck at Instagram. Okay, I've gone to school. I know copyright. Yada, yada, yada. I try to follow the rules all the time. When I post recap videos for Washougal, Piro, whatever, I have copyright-free content that I pay for every month. Yes, cool. Instagram has all these Instagram reels and whatnot that you can make with the library of music that they have licensed through Sony, through Yada, through Bananas, and all these other companies that they have these rights to go through. But when they don't renew their music rights, like, can you please pull the music you don't have the music sharing rights to out of your library? Because it's really annoying to put an Instagram reel together and then have Instagram take it down and be like, you have used copyrighted material. And they kept removing like a couple of my stuff. And I'm all like, but you have it in your Instagram library. So to me, it's telling me I could use this music.
No, seriously. I think they did a full new licensing program. I saw somebody post about it, and they're not taking down the stuff that they can't use anymore. So yeah, I've come across that a couple times now too.
Well, it's just frustrating because like I was making one for Monez and I'm following the rules. I'm adding the music on there instead of doing gate drop original music because that is not my original music. And I know music is such a interesting copyrighted material because for photos and videos, it's kind of like, hey, did you buy that? Oh, wow, you clearly ripped that off the television. Like, like Super Motocross will post a thing like, do not redistribute without written consent, blah, 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 blah. But music, it's like, it's a kind of a gray area because, like, you hear it on the radio and you could be filming it and whatnot. And then, like, I don't mind if I have to go out of my way and like reach out to like certain records and whatnot. I know it's a lot of extra steps for a stupid Instagram reel, but like give us at least like how do you want us to be able to use your music and appropriately like tag you or do whatever. I don't mind writing there, hey, check out AC/DC's latest album or what, like, you know, because like I'm a creator and whatnot, and I'm like promote. Obviously, I want to use the music because you're a rad artist. But like Instagram, get your crap together.
All right. Yeah. Well, you think about it, Instagram, it's Meta, it's Facebook. It's all the same thing. The one who caused our first problem was sharing to groups.
I don't like. Oh, and then there was another update I got. We're streaming again. If your profile on Facebook is not 60 days old or you don't have a certain amount of followers, you can't stream on the platform. Like, Zuckerberg, go jump off a cliff, bro.
I don't think he's even in control of any of it anymore. I think he's just taking the money.
AI Zuckerberg, go deboot yourself.
Hard reset, please.
I don't know, but like, get your crap together. Okay. I had another rant.
Did you forget it?
Did you hear any of Pulp's rants? I was dying.
No,
today.
I have
the porta potty stuff where people are not flipping the porta potty from green to red. He like opens the door. There's someone pooping there. He's like, shuts the door. Like, flip the thing so it says red. Green means go. Red means stop.
People don't understand that. Oh yeah, I'm sure you've come across that before too. That's miserable.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything else. I have another one, but I don't want to like blow anyone out. So
don't blow anyone out, but just say it.
Turn it off and turn it back on again. Yes. Oh, I was shopping today. Got another rant for shoppers. Okay. I guess this is because I'm a retail person and so when I shop, I'm a little weird. You can clip that if you want to use that as a sound drop.
You're a little weird.
Yeah. I put my shopping cart just kind of at the end of the aisle, like between the aisles. That way it's not in the way of anyone. And I go and grab stuff. Okay. I might be the only one that does that. But then you get these people that like park just like cars. Like, do you park like in the middle of the road when you're like trying to like, you know, get something or whatnot? Like, what are you doing, dude? Like this lady, like I like bumped into her 3 times, and I was like, by the third one, I was like, "Can you just like keep to the right or the back?" Like she's like diagonal and whatnot. And I'm just trying to get dang tortillas, man. Like, I just need those flour tortillas that you were blocking. Move,
dude. Seriously though, I've got the retail in me still a little bit too. After
like, spatial awareness, and like, can't you tell? Like, you have someone just like.
They don't
just like hovering over
you.
They
don't care. It's like, even worse when they're like looking at their list or like scrolling their phone on their list to find a recipe, and they're like, literally, there's no awareness of them. Or like the other day I was in line at the grocery store too. We'll keep it with grocery store kind of theme, and like you're in the self checkout line, so it's you keep your distance from the person in front of you and behind you, but like I had this one lady who did not understand that 6 inches behind somebody is a little too close.
6 feet.
And like
it's actually made up, by the way.
I kept a gap between me and the person in front of me. So if somebody needed to walk through, I'm not going to be the ass blocking the aisleway. But no, because I was a little too far back from the person in front. Yeah, exactly. Can you back up a little bit, please? But no, seriously, literally, like I that's one of the things that drives me insane the most is when somebody is standing right there for no reason and there's nobody behind them. Like, come on now. I don't need to feel your warm breath on my damn neck.
Hey, can you give me that bread?
Can you hand me those Twinkies? Like, no, I can't.
Peanut butter jelly time.
I think you need to start an ASMR account or something.
Oh, yeah. And another one, I was like driving up to Moto Pacific and I was totally Kermit the Frogging it, like in the right lane. I'm like passing people and they're just like camping in the left. Like one person had a bonfire, another one had marshmallows on a stick, and I'm just all like,
You're like, I want to get somewhere in 4 hours, not 5 hours, please.
Yeah, that's why I also leave at like 11 a.m. when I go up to Moto Pacific because I just want to get out.
Well,
I want to get out I want to get through Portland real quick.
Mhm.
I want to like Chehalis is the worst.
Certain times of the day,
to be like, I'm just gonna take this exit through Chehalis and like count like my lucky stars that the light will turn green at the end and like off ramp, on ramp real quick and like gain like 20 spots.
No, it's insane. Certain times of the day in certain areas, it can get so bad and
cold.
You have to time it perfect.
Go!
Mm-hmm.
All right, rapid fire questions. You'll have to get those are some good ones.
You like that?
Props. Yeah.
Little random, but also kept a couple moto things in there.
Well, I think we'll have to make that your segment because that also helps with more involvement on you. And yes, I know we're still live. We're in the consultation part of our podcast here.
The breakdown.
But if you have any other ideas or whatnot for Grayson and I, feel free.
Oh, somebody didn't like something.
Down. Wow.
Whoa.
Terrible.
Wow, somebody does not like me right now.
Go get your own show, stupid. I'm not. You're not stupid. Thank you for watching.
Yes, I am.
But we'll have more segments. I don't know if I'll keep that MXGP like. I was trying to do a whole bunch of quick stuff and whatnot. I don't think I have anything else. Intro. No. I gotta mix the intro a little bit better. I don't know. Anything else?
No, I think we're good. Yeah.
What questions do we have?
Anybody have any idea? Yeah. Is there anything? Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
good. How you do? That's Colt McCosham.
Doing good.
Hey, how you doing? Great guest, young lady. I have a feeling my daughter will be looking up to. Well done, Lexi. That's from Ashley. So
nice.
Yeah. More guests coming on here down the pipeline, Grayson. Feel free to fill the roster as
well. I was having a chat with the broke ass MX guys this weekend. They would love to be on soon, so maybe we can get them on too, and they can talk about broke ass and what they're doing for the moto community.
Yeah, jump on. Anyone else? I keep harassing Jordan Veal, and Jordan's just like, I don't know, bro.
Pretty sure that dude's busier than anybody. You know?
He's like, I'm so quiet. I'm just teasing. I told them, so we put a new platform. Jeff Donovan put a new cover over the bleachers at Washougal, right by the pitcher's mitt. We put a roof on there. And I keep teasing Jordan. I'm like, don't make me make a banner of your face and go put it on that roof there. Have you seen this man?
like the side of a milk carton. Have him over there.
Just to get And I know we've answered this question before for Ashley, but I'll do a quick little thing. How did you get into MX photography and video editing? I'm too slow on a dirt bike. Ran out of money for doing it myself, and still want to be in the sport. So my dad kind of, always did media, just me, and then I expanded it from there. When people were like, "Hey, you want to take some photos on me?" And I'm like, "Hey, I can pay for my racing." So that's kind of how I got into it. Grayson, you're kind of slow too.
No, mine pretty much same idea. I knew I wasn't going to go pro. My mom was a photographer, so I'd always been taking pictures and decided just to start, making my way out to the track and taking pictures and little clips of people. And, I took some editing classes in high school and all that kind of stuff. And just, it's all fun trying to keep myself in the sport as long as I can, even if I can't afford to go race or ride, it's cool to just be able to go out there. But yeah, I've same idea as you. Not fast enough to go pro, so I had to find a different way to, stick around the dirt bikes.
Well, once you're in the sport, you're in it for life. And, I know you stick with just the media side. And for me, I'm all over the dang place. I mean,
you're doing everything now.
You've now branched out to podcasting as well. You help keep me in line, and I help keep you in line. So that helps. But yeah, I mean, I'm doing the promotion side of stuff as well now. And then we did the whole team thing, which is now relabeled as athlete support. For me, I really love seeing if I can bring that extra confidence and flame to each rider, like just over a canopy of fabric and whatnot, and like checkered board mat. And they just like feel just extra pumped and like go and give it their all. I mean, that makes my weekend.
You're kind of the Steve Mathis of amateur racing in the Northwest, Which
I'm
is
very controversial. That's a fact.
Which is basically not Steve Mathis because he doesn't deal with amateur racing and stuff. But he's promoting, you're promoting. you're helping out the locals and the people who need the help, like he's doing with his LCQ challenges. You're covering media. You're dabbling in it all.
Yeah,
might need a Pulp Northwest edition or something, and have you working for him one day or something.
I've wanted to. I was like, hey, I could jump in and do some stuff too, but then that's another thing on my plate. All right. Anything else before we throw our exit intro? Exit intro. That's
exit intro.
Our exit outro. Our outro. Yeah. Gate Drop Showdown 2.0. Lexi, why will be there? Not way, not we. Why? Because it is the coolest event that I put together now, and it will be even more awesome this coming year. And we are going to expand the paying class in the women's class for women's riders to top 5.
Nice.
So if you want to be a sponsor and whatnot, feel free to message me. JMC is our title sponsor. Once again, Michelle and Joel, one of the coolest and awesomest sponsors out there. Track support everywhere. They travel just like me all over the place. They'll be at Norks this weekend at Washougal, so make sure to go support them as well. They are a big supporter of myself, as you can tell. JMC Gate Drop Showdown and Metzel Drywall presenting sponsor, as well as Morgan Winslow, Heart and Hustle Real Estate. Legacy Racewear is coming back. I should just get everything else listed. Hey, look, I have a tab. Look at that.
There you go.
Wilson MX Schools, Whole Shot Racing Gear, Johnny Boy Products, JVL Photo, Three Cities Designs, Barry Productions, Albany MX Park, Broke Ass MX, Caldwell Company, and I'll give you a little hint. I have a legendary media guy coming back down for Friday and Saturday. Do you have any guesses?
Legendary. Do you mean like overall community or like Northwest legend?
If I just say Crazy Socks, do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all know who Crazy Socks is. You've confirmed you've got the contract signed that he will be
I
there?
just need to send him my money here and whatnot.
Oh, you're paying him to come down.
Oh yeah, the media people get paid. So if you want to get paid, Grayson,
I was gonna say JVL paid to be a part of it. Now you're paying to get another media guy.
We got multiple media people.
Right.
Barnes Media should be coming back down again as well. I know he's conflicted though with Norks at Riverdale, but we'll work on stuff there. Last question. Besides Washougal, what outdoor nationals have either of you been to? I've only been to Washougal.
Nope, that's it. Done supercrosses and arena crosses, but I've never done any other nationals.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe at some point.
I would love to go to Glen Helen one day if they ever had held a national.
Yeah, that's a spicy meatball. And Colin McCosham's moving up to junior super minis. Attaboy.
Nice.
All right, that's a wrap. 30 plus 2 with Gravy and myself. Gate Drop Productions. Check out Gate Drop Showdown 2.0 on GateDropProductions.com. We will catch you later. Here's our outro.
Biggest what? Big as the Super Bowl, but the difference is it's just two guys playing that they did in the studio. Usually send their verses back to me and they be terrible, just like a 2-year-old. I love a dinner with some fine women when they start debating about who the GOAT. I'm like, go ahead, say it then. Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who you really rooting for? Like a kid that had bad from January to November. It's just true and cold.